Right, can you hear me? No, not yet. Okay, get this thing hooked up, right? You got it? You can all hear me clear now. Okay, right. Let's begin. So, someone you know or you have moved overseas. You are now flying through the sky in a giant piece of metal to a faraway country. We happen to be heading toward Japan right now, whose name literally means sunbook. It might sound preposterous, but it's quite true. So, in this magical land, what are things like? Let's find out. Here we have a common 1430s style Japanese house, most likely built by tiny slaves or runaway ninjas. It has 3 steps to the door, symbolizing the 3 types of Buddhas: fat, small and portable, or large and flammable. Although a quite recent addition, Japanese houses now come with a luxury us in the Queensland take for granted: doors. Like an average Japanese person, this door is quite tall and imposing, threatening those unknown to the homeowner. Next to the door, you see what is probably a receptacle for postal items. A chant is usually spoken in the morning to ward off the ever present postal thief. This particular post box was probably stolen from a migrating bird. We've spent a long time lingering outside. Under other circumstances, we would be under attack, but we have been given permission to enter. Please follow me and we'll take a look inside. Because of a chronic fear of housework, Japanese people separate their footwear like the Hasidim do with meat and dairy. Breaking this sacred rule will most likely result in harsh punishment. We advise extreme caution when entering any and all buildings. When attempting to find the lavatory, be wary of any false or trick doors in the vicinity of your destination. This stems from their newfound love of thresholds and their ever-present knack for trickery. Once you locate the restroom, there are a few things you need to know. The Japanese WC is quite small, accommodating only a toilet and a sink. The toilet is actually a computer, but cannot kill you like regular PCs. Although the area near the toilet seat has many buttons, no one seems to be aware as to their purpose. You may press them at your own volition, but be cautious of the results. Some toilets in Japan, called washiki in Japanese, are glorified and polite holes in the floor. These toilets require one to squat. However, this is not a method recommended for civilized toilets. Remember, when using a toilet built for enlightened individuals, you need to bring either a cup of tea or a book on the oppression felt in an unknown country. Also, don't forget to close the door. Ah, that's better. Like some people, the Japanese version of porcelain civility goes both ways. Be mindful of this, or the next person in line will get quite a surprise. With that taken care of, it might be a good idea to have a bite to eat. Let's head to the kitchen. Although Japanese people are high in stature, they tend to like to stay on their toes. Small thresholds between rooms keeps them alert. Many Westerners should also be careful. Worry not, newcomer. Japan also has the gift of refrigeration. In the Tokugawa era, the Japanese used tengus to power their ice boxes, but now they use the much more reliable electricity. Inside this refrigerator, you won't find many oddities since the person currently living here is foreign born. What we do have inside this refrigerator is fruit juice, water, proper tea, more water, and Japanese tea. In the main area, we have some drinks that are not suitable for foreigners, jam, pizza, butter, some fruit juice, and some chocolates. Very nice. If you ever get the chance to look inside the refrigerator of a Japanese family, please do tell us. Now that you've made your drink selection, it's time to see if you will die. First, take a small sip, swig, and swallow. Great! If you're still alive by now, feel free to finish the beverage at your leisure. Right. Now, enough of that. How about we find some entertainment? Many places in a Japanese house are shrouded in mystery. In fact, Japan is the reason we even have the word mystery. Here is a room that looks like a living room, but has nothing except for boring furniture. Let's see if there's anything better upstairs. I would actually say something interesting about these stairs, but you're probably already a stair expert, so no need to bother. Mind the door and remove your slippers. Japan has also been graced with the television or boob tube. TV in Japan mostly consists of Japanese people doing things with other Japanese people. At first you may wonder of the efficacy of this idea, but it works quite well. You can watch dramas, talk shows, comedy, dramas, news, shows with animals, talk shows, dramas, news, and talk shows. With all this selection, you might never stop watching the telly. Great news, tech heads! Japan has finally allowed access to computers and the internet. If you happen to find a working model, you now have access to the rest of the world. Although you may enjoy the internet, the government of Japan requests that you do not use it to send distress signals. Oh, look at the time. It's been quite the long day, and it looks like we should head off to bed. We do have to get up early to work in the communist fields. Although the bedroom we are heading to is in the Western style, some Japanese houses, through their architectural tyranny, require the residents to sleep on the floor. Quite strange, you might think, but they don't have to sleep directly on the floor. Some small padding and a pillow is allowed. If you've watched the video up until now and have not skipped ahead, then you are ready to safely exist within the confines of your quarters. We would like to show you what to do in other situations, but you'll just have to wait for the other parts of this video series to be broadcast. As they say here in the land of Harry Carey, sayonara.